If you're spending your time constantly trying to think ahead what that thing's going to be and prepare for it, you're always going to be chasing a mirage.
Have you ever worried that the human skill will not grow as good as the AI development, especially in terms of problem solving?
I think the idea for us is to figure out how to harness that power, right? How to work with it collaboratively and how to develop it in a human-centered way. And there are a lot of skills that humans have, like empathy, like innovation and creativity, that we continue to nurture that are important to that.
I would like to learn from you your perspective about the future in the next 10 years.
I think that the future will be a VUCA world. V-U-C-A. That's not a term that I've created, but I've begun to use it. So we know that the future will be variable, uncertain, changing, and ambiguous. Things are changing so very quickly. So it's hard to know what the world will look like 10, 15, 20 years into the future. But what we do need to know is how to prepare our students to continue to learn. We've often used the phrase lifelong learning.
So I think certainly in the future, in terms of education, there's going to have to be a trend towards personalization of the learning process, right? Thinking about more about how we learn, as opposed to maybe the style of education that we've inherited over the last 50, 60, 70 years.
When I think more broadly about education, particularly that of girls, particularly in 2023, right, there are a lot of things happening that I think are potentially threatening the rights of women and how our girls are able to access things that should be available to them.
But knowledge is not the same as wisdom. Knowledge is information, and what you really have to do then is to put it through your mind and really to apply a critical lens to that information, then to turn it into your own understanding as well. And I think that that is what's really important for young people today.
So how you think with such kind of changes, how much it will impact on the education, especially on high school education?
The most important thing we can do in the high school years is to help our students become more of themselves, to figure out who they are, what matters to them, what motivates them, what kind of friend they want to be. Through that process of understanding themselves, they're really sharpening their focus on how they can serve the world beyond high school, beyond college, beyond graduate school, and make a meaningful impact and live a good life.
Today, we have to find different ways to build relationships with our boys. Boys are relational learners, and until we build that relationship with them, it's really difficult to teach them. And so with technology, we have to break them away from it on some level to get that connection with them.
For knowledde, it's important that we then, as humans, can discern good knowledge from bad, right? So to sort of understand what the facts actually might be.
That takes very much into account adolescent development and adolescent psychology and understanding the forces that impact young women and men at different periods between 14 and 19 years old when they are populating our campus. I've devoted my whole career to this school. We're focused on academic excellence and on preparation for elite, prestigious colleges.
Creating really agile, collaborative, culturally competent learners and leaders is a real focus of our educational model here at Berkshire.
The other strategy we take, and one key element in looking at American boarding schools, you can tell what a school values by how they spend time, because time is finite. Time is king on these campuses. So Suffield sets aside time every day for its leadership program.